Only on Lifetime.
Hello, everyone. Our next panel is for Line Sisters. And today we have the cast of the film with us, LeToya Luckett, Kierra Sheard-Kelly, Taronda Jones, and Drew Sidora. Thank you.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you all for being here. Our first question is for all of you, the whole cast. What drew each of you to your roles and how did you prepare for them?
Well,
okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first.
I think for me, it was like really jumping over the hurdle of fear for me and doing my first horror film. Val was kind of close to home because she had a real chill personality, very professional. She seemed to be kind of the one that everyone was drawn to confide in, and she just tried to take care of everyone. And I kind of see that in myself sometimes too much. But I think for me, to be a part of a horror film was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do it. And I've always wanted to be a part of a sorority, and I think this is the closest I'm gonna ever get. So yeah, that's the reason why I was drawn to it.
I'm gonna piggyback off you, Toya, because I think that was the same thing for me. It was like, oh, I get to be a sorority sister. Okay, cool. I mean, and then too, my character Simona, she was from Chicago, and it was very similar to my background, a little rough around the edges and things like that, always being reckless. So I was like, yeah, why not? Sure.
Yes, I think we could all say that. I think my dream of being in a sorority, I was like, oh yes, let me tap into this. And also working with African-American women that we can come together in sisterhood. I think that that's something powerful to be a part of. And you really want to showcase that. So anytime I get an opportunity to work alongside beautiful women, I definitely jumped on it. But my character, Dominique, she's a lot of fun. You know, she's fun, she's quirky, and she loves her Palo Santos, her meditation. And I just felt really connected to that, you know, her positivity and just always looking on the bright side of things. I felt like that was a place that I was in my life that I wanted to try to project in that moment. So I gravitated to her instantly.
Second all of what they said, all of the energy. I wanted to be a part of the sorority too. Cassandra was a woman of faith, and so that is what I am. So I was the one that was praying the sisters through when they got trained. That usually is what I am doing. And I am a sister or women's empowerment advocate. So that really was just my thing too. And these women are amazing, every last one of them. So I was excited to just glean from each and every one of them myself.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Our next question is from the Hollywood Times.
Hi there. Are any of you actually part of a sorority?
No.
Only ABO now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so another question. During the filming process, did any of you actually get frightened for real?
Yes.
I did. That
Them.
water,
Yeah.
the water, I think all of the sisters could swim. I couldn't swim, so I kept looking back at them like, y'all gonna help me out or something. So I was really nervous about that. And I was actually in the process of, my grandfather was sick and I just lost him to COVID. And so I was really drawing that passion and that fear from that space to kind of have me drop in. But that was my experience behind and in the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Suzanne from TV Meg.
Hi, ladies. Did any of you know each other before filming, or had you worked together before?
No,
Yes.
but it felt like it. Not for me, but it felt like it. I feel like I've been knowing these girls for a long time because the chemistry was out of this world when we first linked up. So it was amazing.
Absolutely. Kierra and I actually, my first film ever, Preacher's Kid, we played somewhat like best friends. We sang in the same choir together. So it was so cool. And I'm a huge fan of hers. I listen to her and her worship music and all of that daily. So to be in the space with her and to share the screen with her was an honor once again.
The same. It was an honor for me too. I'm a fan of all of the ladies, and LeToya too. But one of the cool things was, like LeToya said, we were sisters or friends before, so we were friends again, and it felt like a family reunion for me, because I also had the opportunity to work with Drew as well in a film called Blessed and Cursed. So it felt like a reunion, and then Taronda just felt like the cousin that just
that you always wanted.
You don't even
always.
So yes.
What about any of the crew or the other actors on the show, in the movie?
No, only person I was connected to was one of the guys, one of the Lifetime execs at the time, because he was the one who actually offered me the role. But that was about it. Other than that, we didn't know anybody. But honestly, it literally felt like Kierra said, family reunion, because everybody literally just, I don't know, it was like this unison.
Instant connection. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Swirl Films. I've worked with them several times. So
yes, same here. Swirl Films.
Love them. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. They always provide a very family-oriented feel. So that's why I love, and I will work with them forever.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you so much, ladies.
I was going to ask, I thought it was also kind of awesome that we actually bonded as sisters. You know how when sisters know, okay, this sister, she ain't on today, so we're going to leave her alone. But we started picking up on each other's energies.
That is so true. Oh my God.
Thanks.
That is so funny.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Our next question is from Noah Wilson.
Hello, everyone. Happy press day for Line Sisters. Yes.
Hey.
Come on, ladies. Let's do a happy dance. Yeah. On the Zoom. Oh, I love it. All right, ladies, I want to ask y'all, what were some of the most dramatic or intense scenes for all of you when shooting Line Sisters, as this movie, is based around 4 sorority sisters who reunite at a Black Greek weekend?
For me, it was the snake. The snake. I thought they were going to have, I don't know, in my mind, I thought it was going to be like a robotic prop snake. And when they brought that thing out, I was like, wait a minute. And I had to lay next to a real snake. I've never done a horror movie. So for me, as this is my introduction with a snake, I mean, I felt like a G after. I was like, I got this. But I was like, that scream and that reaction, that was all 100% real. Because I
couldn't do it. I do not like a snake.
Yeah.
I will say for me, the scene where we come face to face with the killer finally, and we're in the basement, and it was such a dark moment. And I just remember before we actually started shooting, how everybody just like settled into their, their space, everything, their characters. And it was super duper quiet. And then you just heard us weeping, all of us individually. And it was super tough. I don't know why. I think everybody was, having their own thing going on at the time, but I feel like that was one of the most emotional scenes for all of us, and probably one of the darker scenes for all of us. And my girl that plays that role, the role of the killer, she nailed it. I was like, sis.
Yeah.
She had us really spooked.
I was
really afraid.
I was shook for real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was super intense.
Yeah, same, Toya, but I think it was more so the physical. Whenever we had to punch, kick stunts, this, that, and sometimes, in real life, it's don't touch me. Don't hit me, because I want to hit you back for real. and I think trying to like pull back from reality acting, take it back. I think that was more intense for me, because it got it gets a little physical sometimes.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to toot our own horn, but I can say, I feel like we delivered that sister piece, because for me, when I heard one sister speaking up for me, like, oh, she got my back, or if I heard her crying over there, I would even feed up like, what you crying about? But we had to stay in that space. So it really was a sister moment that the movie had us to drop into, and it had us appreciate somebody having your back. Like, if your blood not there, you got some other sisters that will definitely look out. And I think that actually exudes through the film as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from Starry Constellation Magazine.
Hi, ladies. This is such an intense film. How did you all shake off a long day of shooting?
I think with the cast, they made it easy for you to shake it off because everybody's personality was just so grounded and friendly and welcoming. And I think afterwards it's like, all right, we're done. All right, time to go home. Laugh.
Or where are we going next? Let's go to dinner. Anybody home?
Let's go eat. I think food helps.
Let's go get some oysters.
But you know what? So I was about to say them oysters helped out, but Taronda created this. It was such a beautiful moment. We tried to do it during filming, but we ended up doing it on the last day of shooting. And she brought these beautiful lanterns, and we wrote our dreams and aspirations that we had. And we lit them and sent them into the sky. And it was just such a beautiful moment. And we felt like a family to experience something like that with people that we didn't know for long. But in that moment, it felt like we'd known each other for years. I haven't had that on the set before, to really set intentions with beautiful people. And it's such a wonderful moment. I still think about that moment. I need another lantern, by the way. I need that.
We need to come together.
5 minutes into 2020 and you need another lantern?
Yes.
The mustard seeds.
The mustard seeds. I still got
mine. Me too. I make sure they're in my purse. Yeah.
So thank you for that, Mama.
Yes. We love you, Taronda. That meant everything.
Thank you, ladies.
Our next question is going to be from Howard Benjamin.
The question is for LeToya. How did your background in music prepare you for a life as an actress?
Well, that's a good question. I think the best way to answer it is kind of like surrendering to whatever the role calls for. You have to do that in music, whatever the lyrics call for. I feel that I learned that from being a singer since I was 12, well, 5, but professionally 12. And I felt like because I was so rooted in that, I just took some of the things that I learned and brought it into this. But I will say it's a whole new world. It really, really is. I don't think they have the similarities, but I think they're totally different. I think with music, especially if you're a writer, you're writing from your experiences, whereas with an actress, you're portraying the character. You're writing, you're representing that person. You're living out one of their stories. And I do that with songs sometimes. I do that with music sometimes, but not in the way that you do with building a character. And I've been asked the question a lot, like, which do you prefer? I still don't know. I still can't decide. I'm in love with both of them. But yeah, I'm so glad that I've had so many wonderful experiences and not so wonderful experiences as a singer that I could, bring into the acting space.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from Right On Digital.
Hi, this is Cynthia Horner. I've interviewed all of you before.
Yes.
Cynthia.
Hi. I want to tell you that I enjoyed the film, especially since I am actually in a sorority. So therefore, it was.
How did we do?
Right.
I'm a member of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority. They wear blue and gold. But anyway, I'd like you all to talk a little bit more about the sisterhood, since you all formed such an amazing bond. Sisterhood was mentioned briefly, but can each of you tell me what is your definition of sisterhood now that you've done this movie?
I think for me, sorry, I'll go. I think for me, because I do have 5 sisters, there's 8 of us. My mother has 8 children. And sisterhood for me is just simply being there. And I think in this movie, it taught me here today, gone today. Not here today, gone tomorrow. It's literally here today, gone today. So whatever it is that you got going on, or whatever mess you might got going on with this particular person, just put it behind you and just make amends, especially if this person, if you really consider this person your sister, your blood, your family, whatever. And one thing for me, anybody who knows me knows that I'm all about, like Kierra said, women's empowerment, togetherness, unison, and sisterhood just simply means that unison, togetherness, and just simply being there for one another.
That's it.
I think too, for sisterhood, true sisterhood is when you can sit in a circle of women who are secure within themselves, but understand that we each have something different to offer. So there's no need for competition or comparison. And I think that's when it's even more powerful for us to deliver. So literally, the film had us to see you stepping on my line, and we had to let our sisters speak. So it was so many moving components, you know, as a part of this experience that really showed us, because I used to say, oh, we don't take all of that with the sororities, but I see why that process is necessary, because you have to prove yourself to your sister. And so it even had me to honor what the sororities or the fraternities, what you all do in your community. And then it's like, if I'm out of a job, you gonna come through for me. And so I really loved how sisterhood was defined for me in this movie, because it was a life or death matter. It was like, all right, I know usually I don't speak up, usually you speaking up for me, but you're gonna see that I'm gonna speak up for all of us today. And so that, to me, it even kind of pushes a woman forward, if you'll allow me to say it that way. So sisterhood, it builds up each other, if I can say it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Thank you so much. Drew and LeToya, did you guys also want to answer?
Oh, sure. I think it's having a tribe that you can trust, having a group of women that you can be there for, be your true self, be transparent with, and know that they got you, good or bad. I like showing up to be that for someone, and I like knowing that I got it. And I feel like even in the short amount of time that we were together, we were there for each other. Anytime we needed each other or wanted to talk about something, I felt that I could trust them in that moment, that I was in the trust tree, that I was in a safe space. Yeah. And it's nothing like having that. You know what I mean? I don't have any blood sisters. I have a blood brother. But I've been so blessed with a community of women who I know got me front, back, and side to side. Yeah, that's what I say to that.
Yeah. And I agree with what everyone said. I have 3 sisters, and it's like, no matter if you're having a good day, a bad day, you're getting along with them, or y'all just had an argument, it's the ability to just, you know, project that love and that vulnerability. Because I'm not going to lie, I had taken some time off from work, having my children, and I wasn't in my most confident space. I never even told y'all this, but come into work, I was like, I just want to do a good job. You know, I just want to do what God gave me this gift to do. And it's been a while, but being around you all, you guys were so vulnerable and just share your true self. It was like, even if I wasn't having a good day, you guys were there with laughs, Taronda with her energy, you know, Kierra with a word, you know, and I just felt like spiritually there was a connectedness. And I think outside of friendships or anything else with sisterhood, there's a spiritual connectedness that I think we were all able to share working together on this project. So I appreciated all of y'all for that moment that you guys, I never had an opportunity to share, but I literally was going through it the day before we started filming, and you guys really helped me in that moment to build up my confidence. So yeah.
Wow.
We love you.
Thank you so much. This was the interview of a lifetime.
He is so silly.
Thank you guys all so much. That's all we have time for today, but please tune into Line